everyone, I'm Lindsay from thetoastedpinenut.com, and today we are making perfectly gooey brownies that are so chocolatey and so delicious. I originally made this recipe when I made a pizza crust recipe that required a lot of egg whites, and so I had all these yolks left over and I thought, why not make brownies with them? So what you're gonna need for this recipe are eggs, agave nectar, you could also use honey or maple syrup, some almond flour, cocoa powder, baking powder, sea salt, mini chocolate chips, you could also use big chocolate chips, and some coconut oil. All right, so the first step is we're gonna separate some egg whites from the yolk. So what you wanna do is just crack it in half. And then all the clear part you're gonna put into a small bowl. And then when you just have the yolk left, you put that into your big bowl. All right, so now we are not gonna use the egg whites for this recipe. I'm gonna link to a couple recipes below if you wanna use some egg whites. You can use them in an omelet, you can use it in that pizza crust, but for this recipe, we are just using the yolks. All right, so in the bowl, we're gonna add the coconut oil. You wanna heat the coconut oil so it's nice and melty, but you don't want it to be too hot. So after you warm it up a little bit, let it sit aside for a few minutes. And then add the agave nectar. And then just whisk that together. All right, now we're gonna add the almond flour, the cocoa powder, the baking powder, and the sea salt. Now whisk everything together till it's nice and chocolatey and combined. All right, and now we're gonna put most of the chocolate chips in the bowl and just fold everything together. I am gonna set some chocolate chips aside so we can sprinkle those on top. So I just lined a bread pan with some parchment paper, and now I'm gonna transfer all of the brownie batter into the pan. All right, so you just wanna shake it a little bit so that it's a nice even layer, and now we're gonna sprinkle the chocolate chips on top. And now we're gonna bake it in the oven at 350 for 20 minutes. All right, so this has been baking for about 20 minutes. I'm just gonna take my knife and slide it around the edges to loosen it up. And then pull up on the parchment paper to remove it from the pan. All right, so now we're just gonna slice into them and take a bite. Guys, this is so fudgy, so chocolatey, so delicious. I know you're gonna love this recipe. If you give it a try, please let me know. I would love to hear what you think. You can find the full recipe on my blog, thetoastedpinenut.com, and I'll see you next time. Bye.